Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon and our 13 games of Halloween. Today we're going to be playing a classic by Fantasy Flight Games, and that is Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. This is one of my favorite productions by Fantasy Flight Games. I feel like it is such a great blend of their miniatures games while also using the app. This was the first game that they came out with where it was app based. You had to use the app to play it, and it really just helps keep the mystery alive. It allows you to have these intricate puzzles that you have to solve, and this is by far my favorite of the Arkham horror universe to play by Fantasy Flight Games. So we are going to be playing the Lost Temple of Yig scenario from the Path of the Serpent. So that's the newest expansion. I apologize up front that I have not had time to paint up any of this expansion, so you may see some monsters that come onto the board that are painted from previous expansions, and you may see some that are not. I apologize, I just didn't have time to get around to it, but we are playing today with Norman Withers, the astronomer, Ursula Downs, the explorer, and Daniela Reyes, the mechanic. All of these investigators are from the Path of the Serpent expansion. And so, hopefully this will just give you a chance to experience the game if you've never seen it before. Experience this expansion if you've never seen any gameplay from this expansion. Also get you in the mood for Halloween. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so you can see on the app now we basically have the same layout of what we're looking at, but you can't tell where we are as investigators or anything else. But as we interact with these tokens, or want to interact with the tokens, we will just simply click on them here, and it's going to tell us by clicking on, say, this token right here. It just gives us a little flavor text about what we're looking at, but then I can't interact with it. It's just there. I'm going to have to come back to that. Same thing with up here. Oh no, I can explore. Okay, up through the door. All right, but either way, one of the really awesome things I think that the app helps you do is, unless you've played the scenario before, and there are a good amount of scenarios, I've never played through them all, you really don't know what's coming. You don't know where to start. You're just usually dropped in this empty room or empty house, and you got to kind of search around. It definitely has that mystery feel to it. So when it is your turn, when it's the investigator turn, each of your investigators takes turns taking 2 actions, and there's various things you can do, and we'll talk about those. And then after that, you have the Mythos phase. The Mythos phase is where the app is going to throw some negative stuff at you. Monsters get to activate if there's any monsters on the board, things like that. So right now, there's no monsters on the board. There's nobody to attack. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll start with Norman Withers. There's no tracking who's going in the app, so we're just going to have Norman investigate this body. A nasty wound across their midsection proved fatal for this serpent person. So just to give you a little bit of a brief background, I don't want to spoil the intro for you. The app does a really amazing job of doing voiceover work for all the introductory flavor text and things like that. But essentially we've come across this temple where humans and serpent people have been fighting, and we're trying to find, I'm hoping that this is going to be the one where the big giant snake comes out. So alright, so we're going to spend an action to search. Looking over the uncannily humanoid creature, you realize its wound marks are consistent with a hail of arrows. A few primitive shafts even appear to have broken off in its chest. The creature mentions something about the trials. Is that where they got these wounds? Gain 2 clues, then discard the search token. Alright, well, Norman here is just bursting with clue tokens. Now, sometimes a scenario will ask you to place clue tokens or spend clue tokens to do things, but this is not like Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, where you're generally gaining clue tokens to then place on the scenario sheet. Usually your clue tokens allow you to create successes on dice rolls, and we'll see that here in a little bit, but obviously having a lot of them is a good thing. Okay. So I really don't know what to do. I guess, I mean, there's a door right here, but on the app, it doesn't appear like that door is going to do anything. So I guess we will position ourselves here. So you can move up to 2 spaces when you move, but again, there's not a whole lot going on in this room. So I investigated the dead body, the dead serpent body, and now I just position myself to walk out this door in a little bit. So, all right, let's have now. Ursula Downs has a special ability that says once per round. We can pull this up for you. Once per round, you may move 1 space before or after performing an explore action or resolving the effects of a sight token. Okay, and so the explore tokens are going to be these white or red. Essentially, she's looking for the white or red tokens. So I think we want to go ahead and have Daniela interact with this. So she's going to move 1, 2, and now we touch it on the app, and it says the dim light of morning slowly overtakes the shadows of the temple. This interact token tracks the position of the sun's light. When it reaches the door to the trials, Yig will return. Oh, okay. So I should have clicked on that. I should have touched that before I attempted to investigate it. So, all right. So we're going to go back to Ursula. I'm going to retroactively take back Daniela's action there. And she is going to go ahead and move a space for free and then interact here. So hopefully opening up this door. An ancient script above the door reads, "Only the worthy may beseech the father of serpents. The trials of his temple lie beyond. Pass and be rewarded. Entrance to his shrine fail, and his children will feast on your bones for all eternity." All right, we're going to explore. The door opens about an inch before you hear a loud click. Then the sound of stone and metal grinding and moving drowns out all reason. The floor under your feet shakes, and dust and small stones pour from the ceiling and walls. The temple is somehow rearranging the rooms beyond this door. Then as quickly as it began, the temple settles into stillness once more. It seems a new set of trials awaits you. Okay, so we have a large room being added here. I have set aside all the tiles for the expansion and the base game. So I'm hoping, pretty sure those are all we're going to see. Because when they create these scenarios, they have to assume that you may have just purchased the Path of the Serpent expansion and none of the others, which I feel like is a missed opportunity. I would love to see them add some scenarios where you need multiple expansions, where they're really stretching their legs, but we'll see if that ever happens. Okay. Alright, so here we go. The carefully carved chambers give way to a natural limestone cavern with a shallow pool of clear groundwater. Discard this explore token and place the pool chamber tile, doors, and a wall as indicated. Okay, so I need to find some doors now. What do they look like? Going through all my doors here. And I'm not really finding what I'm looking for here. I wonder if these are in the Path of the Serpent expansion. Did they give me doors in this expansion? They gave me rubble and some overgrowth. Lots of those tokens. I don't see any doors have been added, so I guess we'll keep searching here. There's got to be something here I'm missing. Alright, you know what? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day because I can see them on the app. So we're just going to continue with knowing that they're there by viewing the app. So silver pieces lie abandoned on a stone pedestal. Place a search token as indicated. I can do that. There we go. Ooh, and another one. here. Something glitters in the clear waters of the still pool. And several stone slab doors lead out to other parts of the ancient temple. Place explorer tokens as indicated. Alright. One out this door. One out this door. And one out this door over here. You may move one space into the explored area. So that was Ursula. So Ursula now is still on her first action. She's in here, so let's interact with this search token here. Yes, I want to search for it. You'll need to dive into the shallow waters to gain the objective. Okay, so we need to test her agility, which is 4. So pretty good for us. That means anytime you do a test, you take the number that they have on their sheet here for the stat. Hers, for example, is 4. So that means I get to roll 4 dice. I'm looking for this elder sign symbol, the star symbol. But if I roll a magnifying glass, I can turn that into a success by spending these clue tokens. And I don't quite know how many I need, but I cannot adjust this roll in any way. So I'm just going to input 3 and confirm. We'll see what happens. You cut through the water easily, your hand grasping the hilt of a weapon. At the last moment, you notice a wire connected to the object and disconnect it before it does any harm. Gain the hedge shears common item, then discard this search token. Okay, so we've got that, and almost all of the items in this game are, and you can see I have this huge stack of cards here, are given to you specifically by the app. So you're never really just randomly drawing something. You're always going to draw a specific card. So I have this huge stack of cards here off to the side that is alphabetical. All right, so who was that? Ursula Downs now gets the hedge shears. Okay. We got that. Now her turn's done. So Daniela Reyes here, I guess, is going to just simply go, ooh, no, she's going to stop here, and she is going to interact with, she's going to pick up this weapon, because it's not anything on the thing, so she will pick up. This is a specific card that the scenario setup told me to add, so Daniela Reyes, who is our fighter, definitely has quite the loadout now. So she picked that up, that was one action. She can continue her movement action, but she moves into there. And that's that. So we are all done here. We are going to push on to ending the investigative phase, confirm mythos phase. A madcap plan suddenly occurs to you, tempting in its impossibility. This mythos event affects the investigator with the highest sanity. Okay, so that is Norman Withers here with 8. Okay, so there is more than enough spare material laying around to build an ingenious trap. So in this instance, we need to test lore and get 2 successes. So Norman Withers' lore is 4. So let's go ahead and test his lore. And you can see he didn't get any successes, but I can spend 2 tokens to pass this test. If you pass, the trap itself will never work, but just completing it makes you surge with confidence, become righteous. Okay? So I'm fine with that. So we need to find our state of cards here. And let's see, righteous here says once per round you may convert a clue to a success. When you suffer 1 or more horror, discard this card. Okay, so I've got all these door tokens here that I could never find what I was looking for, but we'll give that to Norman. Put these cards back. All right, so we got to keep Norman away from taking horror. All right, and that's it. Whoops. So you can see the Mythos phase, when there's no monsters on the board, really isn't that bad, but it usually gives you something to test. All right, that blue marker hasn't moved. So let's go ahead and where do we want to go is the question. Let's have Ursula go again. She can take this free movement action, and we'll go right here, sure. And investigate this door. Yes. The door opens with a strange crackling sound, then jets of fire pour out from the frame. You and each other investigator in your space suffers 2 damage. Agility negates. If any investigator suffers 2 damage, then place fire in your space. Okay, well that wasn't good. I'm assuming that we're done with this token. Alright, so when it says something negates, again, we test agility, and for each success, we get to reduce our damage by that number. So we're going to roll here again. And we got 1, and I'm going to go ahead and spend a search token to turn this into success, and we don't take any, so no fire in the space. Oh, it does open the door. Look at that. The room contains little more than broken stone chairs and 3 nearly identical metal snake heads hung on one wall. Discard this explore token and place the antechamber tile, a door, and a wall as indicated. The 3 snake heads each have their mouth open in mid-bite. One is gold, one is silver, and one is bronze. Below, carvings have been so worn away by time as to make them indistinguishable. Place a search token as indicated. Alright, so we're going to see how long I can get away with keeping the board like this without having to adjust the camera. So obviously we are headed in this direction. Okay, so what... Oh, no more stuff. The skeleton of a poor, unfortunate soul clutches a dust-covered journal in its hand. Place a search token as indicated. Okay, I'm behind on placing my search tokens. An ancient fang sticks out of this door. Place an explore token as indicated. You may move 1 space into the explore room. Okay, so I need to find... what was this? Message log. Place the antechamber tile. Okay. So let's look here and find the antechamber tile. Here we go. Alright. So resume scenario, we're done here, and this is going to go just like so. Alright, I know there's not a token there to show us that there's a door, but here, we'll do this. There you go. Alright, so 2 search tokens in here, and we can move into this room, and an explore token right there. Okay, so that was 1 action for Ursula, so she can go ahead and explore or search. Yeah, let's have her do this one. She's gonna search the snakeheads. This close to them, you can see that each serpent's tongue is actually a button, but which should you press? Ooh. I don't think I've been given any clues up to this point. Excuse me. Maybe I should have searched the skeleton first. Fine. I feel like gold is too easy, so we're gonna do bronze. You press the button and it clicks downwards, then holds in place. It seems you cannot press this button again. No immediate effect. Okay. Nothing has happened yet. Perhaps if you pushed another button. Alright. Silver it is. You press the button, it clicks downward, then holds in place. It seems you cannot press this button again. No immediate effect. With 2 buttons pressed already, you simply push the one that remains. Discard the search token. Ooh, a single jeweled eye lights up on one of the serpent's heads. No immediate effect. Alright. Okay. So Ursula is done. Intriguing. I guess we're going to be eventually making our way through this door here. Alright, so Daniela, I think, is just going to come back here and explore right here. Yep, testing strength, good. She's our strongest. From the darkness, beyond the door, 1,000 squeaking cries deafen you. That's rats. It's definitely rats. The fitful black mass approaches at great speed, and then the swarms of bats are upon you. You and each other investigator in your space suffers 2 damage and 1 horror. Ugh. Strength negates. Well, her strength is actually 5, so that's good. And when I roll these dice here, I'm going to get to choose what I take. But look at that. A blistering 5 for 5. So she says, no, I'm not taking any of your damage. All right, cracked chamber and door token. So let's find the cracked chamber. It's right on top here. And we need to put it... right like so. Alright, let's throw a door in there. Any old door will do. Sure. I know this doesn't match, but there we go. Okay. And some search tokens. Very nice. Way up there. A strange and otherworldly device is mounted to a stone pillar. It appears to be pointed toward a small circular metal plate on the wall. Place a search token as indicated. And a cracked stone tablet lies on the ground covered in arcane symbology. Place the poison mist spell. Ooh. Which one? Here's my huge stack of spells. Poison mist is way back here. Okay. Poison mist spell right there. Place two more stone slab doors lead out of the room. Place an explore token. Explore tokens as indicated. Oh no, this one's here. Here. You may move one space into the explored room. Okay. All right, so we have moved into this chamber. To get over to here, we have to take the long way around. I think it would be silly not to pick up the poison mist spell here. So we're gonna go ahead and spend our second action to pick up poison mist. You can attack a monster in an adjacent space with this card. Okay. All right, so we're gonna give that to Daniela. Here, try and keep everybody's stuff separate. All right, there we go. Okay, so the only person left to go is Norman. Norman's being left behind, so let's get some stuff done here, Norman. He can't really do much of anything useful. So Norman's gonna have to take 2 movement actions here. He's going to get to go 1, 2. You cannot cross. Basically, it's the water. So he cannot just jump from here to here. So he's got to go around. So that gives him 1, 2. And now he's going to go 1, 2. Yeah. So that he can check out this search token next round. Okay. All right. Confirm. Mythos phase. A sudden sharp crack and a slam sound out, making Ursula Downs jump. Ursula Downs suffers 1 face down horror. Will negates. So that's 3 for her. And she missed. Oh no. Okay, so 1 face down horror. Now, this... Which one of these is my horror stack? Yep, there we go. Okay. Let me just shuffle these. I don't know when the last time these were shuffled. So, horror and damage in this game are not just simply tokens. What they are either a face down card, which essentially is a token counting towards your maximum on your card there. But if you receive a face up one, it's going to have some negative effects on it. So this one, we take face down, and so we don't quite know what the negative effect is, and it may not hurt us at the end of the day. We can heal away face down wounds and horror. Other ones we have to flip over before we can heal them away. So much more intricate. I like this system better personally. All right, and back to the investigator phase. So you can tell one of the things that I really like about Mansions of Madness over, say, Descent 2nd Edition and Star Wars Imperial Assault, because they both came out around the same time. I actually picked them all up around the same time because all of a sudden these like dungeon crawler-esque games were able to be played solo. But Mansions of Madness is so different because it is not necessarily just a knockdown, drag-out fight through a dungeon. There is a lot of mystery involved, a lot of puzzle solving, and you may go for a while without actually seeing a monster. I've had scenarios where I basically just evaded monsters the whole time and not actually tried to get in a fight with them. But it just gives you such a unique experience compared to your basic dungeon crawler. So, all right, let's have Norman start. So he's going to deal with this search token here. The pieces appear to be segments of a snake. You could probably reassemble the snake piece by piece through its grotesque, though it is grotesque to look at. Tap to attempt the puzzle using your will. Okay, so Norman Withers has an excellent will. His is 5, and we get to see a puzzle. So this one is, what is this one? So I get to make 5 moves. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Stacking these up. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so that's my 5, so I'm going to need to take another shot at this. Alright, so let's take another crack at it. Attempt. I have a better idea of what's going on now, what needs to happen here. Can I go 2 across? That's the question. So, can I go straight over here? Okay, yep. Alright. I've got it now. Okay. Alright, so he's done. Well, I'm pretty sure we can solve that the next round through. So let's have Ursula now. I really like taking advantage of her special ability, so she's going to go ahead and jump past this search token here to come up here and investigate this door. Ancient Fang sticks out of the door. Explore. The door opens and the rattling of ancient chain is all the warning you get before an enormous boulder swings down from the other side. It's heading right for you. You and each other investigator in space suffers 3 damage. Agility negates. I feel like I've really just hit the nail on the head in getting the right investigators here. Boom! Look at that. She jumps out of the way of that giant boulder. No problem. And we need to find the ruined chamber now. Ruined chamber. Here we go. And it's going to look like this. Right there. Boop. Okay, let's find us another door here. A door, any door. Any door will do. Alright, boop. That's good enough. We'll just straddle it. Okay, placing the door as indicated. One of the fallen pillars rises up from the rubble and lunges at you. Spawn a temple guardian as indicated. Alright, is that... Hold on, everything in this expansion is a snake. So, let me see here. No, that's a feathered serpent. That's a hunting deep one. Serpent person. Serpent person. So that must be these big guys over here. Formless spawn. Nope, that's the wrong one. Yes, Temple Guardian. Okay. So here is the Temple Guardian. Normally you would place these things onto a black base, which I cannot stand. So I simply pull this token out, and for the ones that I have painted up, I have placed them onto some clear lit go bases, and they do just fine standing up on their own. These guys will stand up on their own, so I'm just going to set this off to the side somewhere where I can reference it. And here is the Temple Guardian. So pretty imposing fella who will stand up on his own. The other ones, if I can't stand them up, I'm not going to get out of the big black bases because I think it ruins just the atmosphere. So I just put this token out there. Z Garcia from the Dice Tower has said that he literally does not play with the miniatures except for the investigators. He only uses these tokens for the monsters and has no problem with that. They're colored pictures. It works really well for him. All the information is right there, so it makes sense. It's just something to consider and something I'll do if I cannot stand the miniature up on its own. All right, chunks of fallen rock still portray parts of a faded mural. Place a search token as indicated, then place rubble in the space. Okay, so rubble here, we're gonna have to talk about in just a second. This is one of the new features of this expansion. You may move into the explored room. Okay. All right, so rubble now. Rubble does something. And I need to remember what it is. Okay, so the rubble, let's get out of here. The rubble token that's in this space right here keeps me from being able to search. I have to clear away the rubble before I can search whatever this says. The faded mural. So if I had a heavy weapon, which I do not, I have a bladed weapon, I would be able to take away that rubble as soon as I walked in. Now, in order to search, I need to test strength in order to... See, the problem is that if I just move into this other creature's space, I've taken one action to explore and moved into this room. I almost feel like maybe I should back out and not move into this room. Not bother right now. Because I'm in here with this snake thing, and it's definitely going to attack me. But obviously it's guarding something important. So let's go ahead and test our strength, which is 3. So not that great. But as long as I get a success, I will clear away this rubble and then can search. And there's my 1 success. All right, so I clear away the rubble. And that's the end of that. All right, so Ursula's turn is done. Norman has gone. That's the only thing this app is missing, is a way for you to tick off who has taken their actions and who hasn't, in case you get lost in thought. So Daniela, what are you going to do up here? Daniela may need to come back and help her friend. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. She's our fighter, so she's going to come back through the door, 1, 2, and then move 1, 2 to just be in a better position to help out Ursula after this Mythos phase here. So we finally have a monster to activate. Daniela Reyes is convinced that only one way to advance is through blood and tears. Daniela suffers 1 damage and improves 1 skill of her choice. Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. All Alright, so she is going to... There's nothing I can do to negate this. So we are going to take... And let's shuffle up our damage cards just like we did our horror cards. And we're going to choose to upgrade... How can I keep track of that, though? Alright, Daniela is going to upgrade her... Oh, gosh. Her strength is already so good. But maybe I should just continue to make her the beast in the room. So she is going to upgrade her strength. She suffers 1 damage, so this is going to be face up. So let's read what this says. Broken leg. You fall as pain lances up your leg. When you try to stand, you fall all over again. Keep face up. If you move more than a single space as part of a move action, flip 1 damage face up. Okay, well that's not so bad because I don't have any other damage to flip face up. But I have a broken leg. Okay. Release Yig's blessed spawn. A hissing voice cries from somewhere. Spawn a feathered serpent as indicated. Okay, and this is another one that will stand up on its own. Here is the feathered serpent. Nasty fella there. Again, I'm really looking forward to... And see, unfortunately, like this guy does not. This guy's meant to stand on his own, never on a base. This guy, however, has this little peg in the bottom, which is... I will cut off eventually, but is making him sit crooked. It's just obnoxious. I've never understood why Fantasy Flight has continued this charade, but here is the Feathered Serpent token, and we'll just keep these right up here because I've been rolling my dice right there. Alright. Okay, the Temple Guardian moves 1 space toward the nearest investigator. Unfortunately, if I had backed up, he wouldn't have gotten to me because he's a slow mover, but... the monster attacks. The Temple Guardian lifts a large boulder above your head, dropping it directly on top of you. What? And this is Ursula, so she's rolling 3. Strength negates. Then place rubble in your space. I just got rid of the rubble, you jerk. Alright, so 2 damage coming my way. Alright, so we have to deal with a gut shot, become stunned, then discard this card. Okay, and this one says broken arm, keep face up. If you ever have more than 2 items, drop all but 2 of your items. Okay, I don't. I just have exactly 2 items. Okay. And I have to be stunned now. I guess I just have to remember. I feel like I'm missing something somewhere. Oh, stunned is a condition here. That's right. Poisoned, restrained, righteous, stressed, and stunned. Okay, so you are stunned. You cannot perform more than a single action during your turn. At the end of your turn, discard this card. Okay. Alright, so we're done messing with him. Feathered Serpent moves 3 spaces towards the investigator within range who has the highest sanity, then attacks. Let me read this thing because I'm not sure. Flying, yes, this monster can move through impassable borders. So it can go right over this crack. What's this one say? Unstoppable, this monster converts all while attempting to destroy a barricade. Alright, so just as I expected, first of all, we need to put rubble back into this space. And then this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3. He can make it to us. So he's going to fly all the way over here to Norman. And attack Norman. The monster attacks. The Feathered Serpent takes to the air and dives at you. Fangs bared over and over again. Suffer 3 face down damage. Strength +1 negates, so that's 4 for Norman. Not bad. If you suffer 1 or more damage, you become poisoned. Good lord. Okay, so yes, I don't want this to get out of control, so I'll spend a clue there. So 2 face down damage, and now I'm poisoned. This all of a sudden took a very bad turn. it's like the app heard me talking about not dealing with any monsters. At the end of your turn, suffer 1 face down damage, then flip this card. Okay. But I also like how that the attack mechanics of the enemies they're thematic. You know, it's diving and you have a chance to negate it. It's not just rolling dice and or you know, it's not just what your dice roll is. It's changing it up. It's, you know, next time it could be agility that gets you out of the way of danger. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button. Alright, so it's been a hot minute since I've resolved a horror check. Let's just confirm that I'm doing the right thing here. So, flip, fire, horror check. Determine the monster. The investigator selects the monster from the monster drawer and resolves the effect as instructed by the app. Okay, so I don't look. Alright. So, each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. Okay, and so their range is pretty high, both of them. So, alright, so let's see. Norman Withers has to go against the winged serpent. The feathered serpent arranges itself into a coil, and you realize it has caught some small prey. Will test 2, which is Norman's best stat. Oh no, I spent all my tokens. Oh no. Let's see. If you fail, watching the snake crush and consume a victim makes you wonder if you'll be next. Suffer 2 face down horror. And that, hold on. Oh wait. Once per round, you may convert. I forgot I was righteous, so I can spend this other one, and I've now passed. If you pass, you know that it is just how any snake, flying or not, eats. Okay. Whew. So I don't lose righteousness. Okay. And then both of these guys have to resolve a horror check against. The Temple Guardian is thousands of years old. How many enemies has it defeated since its creation? What will make you different? Suffer 2 horror. Lore negates, so that's 4 for Ursula. And she can spend her token to get out of it. And then we need to do another one of these horror checks for Daniela. The Temple Guardian's tongue flicks out a soundless hiss. Investigate influence 1, so I just need 1 success. And there we got it. If you pass, you speak in a low, calm voice until it stops. Okay. Shoo. So we got through that. Now let's end the Mythos phase and back to the Investigator phase. So we've got some killing to do. Norman is not really set up to do much here, so... Oh, gosh. So much going on here. Alright, my 45 automatic though. Danielle's going to go first. It's a ranged weapon, and I can fire up to 3 spaces away as long as I have line of sight. I can look through this door so she can see the Temple Guardian. So I'm going to go ahead into the monster drawer, and I'm going to attack this thing. I'm going to attack with a firearm. Though the creature is not of flesh and blood, you are certain that enough lead will still halt its advance. I didn't think about that. Okay, so I need to pass an agility test, which is 4 for Daniela. I just need 1 success here. I've got some clue tokens to spend, and I crushed it. So it is going to suffer 4 damage. Okay, so let's just attack it again. Long ago, this weapon was the difference between life and death. Now it serves that purpose once more. Yeah, I'm going to attack with my 45 automatic again so I don't have to move. So attack with a firearm. You swallow your fear and hold your weapon in steady hands. Will 2. If you pass... Okay, so this is a little tougher. And I did not pass. Okay. If you fail, your hands are trembling too much to take a shot. Alright, so we're done with the Temple Guardian. Daniela is done, so Ursula now needs to try and take this thing out with its head shears. When you move into a space, you may discard any number of overgrowth tokens from it. Well, I'm not in overgrowth, so. Alright, so all I can do is attack once because I'm stunned. So I will attack this thing with a bladed weapon. Flipping your weapon to strike with its handle seems more effective, but the maneuver is risky. Agility 2. Okay. And we passed, just barely, because I spent all my tokens now. If you pass, your fingers turn the blade and bring the solid handle down on the enemy's tough exterior. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage minus 1, which is 3, so unfortunately it's just 2, and that's it. So unfortunately this thing's going to get another crack at us here. We are stunned, so we are simply going to put that back here in a second. I still don't have 2 or more items, so we're good there. And now Norman, gosh, does Norman, yeah, no, Norman needs to take out this thing, so, all right, he's got survival knife and shriveling. Gosh, all right, let's attack with a bladed weapon. You cry out in fury and slash at the creature, your eyes and blade gleaming. Agility 2. Okay. We are rolling 3 dice. I do have my righteous ability here still, so yes, we passed. Okay, if you pass, your frenzy attack draws blood. The monster suffers damage equal to your weapon's damage plus your test results. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now the question is, do we attack it with shriveling? No, let's attack it with our bladed weapon. All right, attack with a bladed weapon. Oh yeah, will. You stare down the awful creature, desire to attack and urge, flee at odds in your mind. Roll 2 additional dice if the monster has suffered 3 or more damage. So we are rolling 7 dice. I just need 2 successes. Oh no. Oh no. Yes! We did it. Boom. Alright, confirm. We can discard this creature. He is gone. Alright. Let's close the monster door. But that was it. That was our round. A whole lot of attacking things. So now we move into the mythos phase. The corridor stretches on forever, lined with countless doors. The mythos event affects the investigator in an alley or hall. Nobody is in an alley or hall who has suffered the most horror. No effect. We're good. Alright, the Temple Guardian moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest will, which... So yes, the monster is attacking Ursula. Circles you in slow stone grinding movements. Let's see, observation, which we have our magnifying glass, so that's actually a 5. And we just need 1. There, we got 2 even. Okay. If you pass, you notice the statue is attempting to trap you, and you escape. Okay, each investigator must resolve a horror check. Alright, so 2 more for you. Temple Guardian towers above you, an unyielding sentinel incapable of feeling. Suffer 2 horror. Will negates, so that's 3 for Ursula. And that's 2 successes. She's good. And we got to do this one more time for Daniela. And we are influence 2. And boom, Daniela is crushing it right now. If you pass, you show the statue your things, but give none away. Okay. All right. That wasn't so bad at all. We took on all that like a champ. Okay. I need to shrink this down a little bit. Okay, so let's have Norman go first, just in case he finds something that could be useful to everyone. So let's have him finish this puzzle off, hopefully. All right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Of course it's completed. You place the head onto the body of the serpent with the snake fully formed on the pedestal. You hear a loud click. Discard this search token. One of the entwined snakes activates, both its jeweled eyes now glowing in the dim light. It retracts towards the center of the door. Okay, so now 1, 2 out of what? 5? 2 out of 5? All right. Okay, so that was just one action for Norman here. And he was supposed to suffer 1 face down damage and then flip this card. Oh, we're not done yet. I'm sorry. Hemotoxin. The wound from the bite feels like it's on fire. Agility 2. If you pass, you swiftly administer the animal. Oh, so I'm going to become poisoned again. Alright, agility 2. Alright. So if I fail, I guess there's multiple poisoned. Discard this card and become poisoned. Okay, so we're poisoned again. This isn't good. Norman Withers is not made of steel here, so. Alright. Okay, so we're done. Oh no, we're not done with him. He's gonna go 1. Actually, he's just gonna go here to explore out this door next. Okay, so now we need to, again, it's the end of our turn, suffer 1 face down damage. Flip this card. It says Dendrotoxin. Will 2. Hopefully we can end this now. Yes, we passed. Okay. The question is, this says, if you are in an outdoor space, I guess I'm in an indoor space. I'm in a chamber. So I would assume that this is indoors. All right, Norman's done. Oh, man. What's Ursula want to do? Yeah, I'm going to have Daniela fire at this thing again with her 4 to 5 automatic. Attack with a firearm. Agility 2. So that's 4 for Daniela. And boom, she got it. Alright, if you pass, your marksmanship overcomes your uncooperative limbs. The monster suffers damage equal to your weapon's damage, which is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Confirm. The Temple Guardian's stone cracks, then crumbles away. A cloud of dust rises from its remains in the shape of a snake. Alright. I don't get anything for that. Ooh, okay. The second jeweled eye on a serpent's head lights up, then the snake rumbles and shakes as it retracts towards the center of the door. So that was 3 out of the... Interesting. Okay, so I have like 2 more to go, I think. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Okay, so Daniela can now move back this way. She can only move 1 space at a time, really. But we're gonna have her search that token at the beginning of the next turn anyway. So, all right. Ursula needs to test strength to get rid of this rubble token. And she got it, so we can get rid of the rubble token. That was 1 action, and then she will search this. Chunks of fallen rocks still portray parts. Yes, this is what I want to search. On their own, the rocks make little sense, but but put together you may understand what exactly they portray. It will take patience to match some of the tinier pieces. So test will. Let's see, Norman needs to be in here. And that's just one. It is frustrating when all the pieces seem to share the same 3 colors. Okay, so we're going to be here for a while. How long would it take Norman to get there? 1, 2, 3. So a whole another 2 turns away. All right, Mythos phase. What do you got for us? A loose, fluttering page covered in barely legible text catches Norman Withers' eye. Unable to resist, he reads. Norman Withers suffers 2 face-down horror. Lore negates. Okay. Then he flips 1 horror face up. Okay. And I can use my righteous. So we passed. The dawn's rays creep closer to the jeweled snake motif. Move the sunlight as indicated. All right. So I guess I better hurry my ass up. Investigator phase. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's behind this door, Norman. An ancient stone door is covered in intricate carvings. Yes. Explore. This trap affects you and each other investigator in your space. Observation 2. Boom, we crushed it. Alright, if you pass, you step to the side and watch as hidden panel opens harmlessly in the floor. Okay, we're going to need to do some adjusting now because I have run out of room on my table. The ceiling of this room, hold on, let's find this first. It's a cool looking tile. Verdant chamber. Clearing jungle ruins, overgrown path, river 1. Storage chamber. There's the verdant chamber. Okay, so this is going to go here in a second. Okay, overgrowth tokens. Boom, boom. Overgrowth works very similar to rubble. A search token here. Ensnared by the vines in the middle of the room is a pristine wooden box. Okay. Another search token. An ancient skeleton, clearly human, lies in the corner of the room. Place a search token. And another explore token. You may move 1 space into the explore room. Okay, let me fix all this mess now. Okay, so we have fixed some stuff here. I have a feeling that something's going to be going right here very soon, but let's see, that was Norman's first action. Now, just for clarification purposes, an overgrowth tile would move out of the space containing overgrowth. They must test their observation. The difficulty of this test is equal to the number of overgrowth tokens. If they pass, they move out of the space. If you walk in there with a bladed weapon, which I did, overgrowth, you may discard 1 overgrowth token from your space. So, bonus, Norman has his survival knife, so this goes away. Okay, so that allows him to search this token here. The ancient skeleton remains. The skeleton itself does not tell you much, but the dusty shattered obsidian next to it is familiar. The glass resembles the teeth of the blade you found just outside the door of the trials. You hope you do not meet the same fate as this explorer. Gain 1 clue. Finally, I gained some clues back. Then discard this search token. Okay. Alright, so Norman's done. And we need to come back here and take on this. So this was a 3 test for us. And that's a big whiff. just going to test it again. And that's a big whiff as well. Ugh. God, we may be here all day. Okay, Daniela is going to search this skeleton. You pry the journal from its hands, but find it empty other than a note on the first page. It reads, I must discover the meaning behind this iconography. An enormous serpent circles a mountain, then a river, then the sun. It seems you refer to this strangely crafted serpent's heads, but I am unsure how. Gain one clue, then discard the search token. Alright, Daniela maybe needs to run in here and save her friend. Okay. So we're going to discard this, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to say Daniela, who's got all the tokens, she's going to technically move twice. She's got her broken leg, but I have no other damage to flip face up. So I'm kind of taking advantage of that now. But all right, Mythos phase here. Hissing and weaving like a serpent, a rope rises up to wrap around Daniela Reyes. Agility 2, and that's 4 test for her. Boom. She freaking crushed it. If she passes, she dodges the rope, which collapses only an ordinary cord of hemp once more. Boom. All right. Wasn't too bad for us. Okay, so Daniela is now going to test this. She is also just has a will of 3, but she's got some tokens, some clue tokens here. All right, so she's going to spend 1. You align the rocks and see the mural in its entirety. It depicts a war between snake people and some ancient human civilization. The serpent people appear to be trying to subjugate the humans. Gain 2 clues, then discard this search token. Okay, so that wasn't quite what I was hoping for. All right, so we're done in this room. There's no place else to search or go. So she's again going to drag herself painfully with her broken leg and not care. All right. All right, so Ursula now is going to go 1, 2, and unfortunately she can't really go much anyplace else, so we're just going to have her go 1, 2, and go back out to that chamber up there. Norman Withers is going to move into here. He moved in with his survival knife, so he will get rid of the overgrowth token. And the question is, do we search or do we explore? Let's search. A pristine wooden box is ensnared by vines in the middle of the room. It appears to be a puzzle box, though how such an object came to be in the temple and how it is maintained its condition is a mystery. Tap to attempt the puzzle using lore, which is 4. Alright, so I need to get the piece with the intricate yellow calligraphy, or whatever you want to call that, over to this area to the right, the opening to the right, by moving, and I get 4 moves. Let's think about this here. Alright, that's got to go out of the way. 2, 3. I don't know why it took me so long to see that last part, but there we go. Boom, crushed it. The box clicks and opens, and you leap back as a small banded snake drops out of it. The creature disappears into the overgrowth, and the pristine wooden box rapidly ages and crumbles to dust. Discard this search token. Okay. A single jeweled eye lights up on one of the serpent's heads. No immediate effect. So let's see here. One extended serpent's left eye glows green. 2 metallic serpents have retracted. The retracted heads have glowing green eyes. So only 4 heads, but I'm only doing 1 eye at a time in some instance. So man, there's a lot more to do here. Okay, so we moved, and yeah, everybody's gone. Norman suddenly stumbles and falls into a pit. Of course. He slams hard into the ground where he started. Suffers 2 damage and 1 horror. Oh, man. Okay, so Righteous. He might lose Righteous now. Let's see here. Observation 4 plus 1. So he's going to get a 5th die. That's good. He's got 1 Clue Token and Righteous. Okay, so boom, boom. There's the 2 damage. My Righteous can flip this. Boom, so he's good. No problem. Release another. We cannot let them complete the trials. Spawn a feathered serpent as indicated. Okay. Right there. No, up here. Okay, continue. The feathered serpent moves 3 spaces towards the investigator within range with the lowest influence. Daniela is 3, Ursula is 3, Norman Withers is 2. Are you serious? Alright. Monster attacks. You hear rustling coming from nearby. Okay, so I think I should be able to get this. Alright, boom, got it. If you pass, you spy the feathered serpent whining along the ground. We're good. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. Okay, the only one within range, which is 2 for this fella, is Norman. You have never seen such incredible colors on a creature before. For a moment, you forget that you are inexplicably attached to a scaly... They are inexplicably attached to a scaly body. Suffer 2 face-down horror. Will negates, which is 5 for him. I've already used my Righteous, though. But there we go. All right. We are good. Good to go. Somebody come save me. All right, investigator phase. So, Daniela here, gosh, she needs to go 1, 2. Does line of... I want to make sure line of sight if I can go through the door and into a neighboring room. Here, let's see. Lock, puzzle, items, investigator phase. Range. Oh, range cannot be counted through walls or doors. So I should have moved Daniela into that room earlier. So that is a mistake on my part. I should not have been able to fire through this door. We just got done playing Zombicide, and I was kind of using those rules. So, all right. So Daniela is really just going to be able to run in here to help the next turn. Possibly take the attack. Okay. So Norman, though, he can attack with his... Let's try Shriveling here. This may hurt us here in the end. You never know. But we're going to try the Shriveling spell. So we are going to attack this thing with a spell. You speak the words that you hope will banish the creature to whatever hell it came from. Lore 1. And that is 4 dice for us. And we got it. Okay. Alright, if you pass, the creature is engulfed in green light, and though it remains in place, it seems lessened somewhat. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. 1, 2, 3. Then flip the spell you attacked with. So we flip this over, and this says, as you lower your hand, you see a putrid sore on the palm, on your palm. Suffer 1 face down damage. Then discard this card and gain another Shriveling spell. Okay. So I am at 5 out of my 6 damage. I've got to figure out a way to heal here some way. If I am ever outside, I can... No, that's discard 1 horror. And I need another Shriveling spell here. Okay, so we get our Shriveling spell back. Alright. Okay, so I don't know if I really want to do that again. Let's attack it with our knife. Agility 2. Okay. Boom! Got it. If you pass, you dodge just enough to get a good angle and cut deep into the creature. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus 1, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have killed off this thing. Go away, you bird-like creature. Alright, so that was both of their actions are done. So Ursula, who's now off on her own, is going to, come way up here and go 1, 2, and search. Where are we? The device is completely alien, though it is covered in layers and layers of dust and attached to a crumbling pillar. Well, yeah, we're going to search it. Nothing about this device makes sense, but you identify what appears to be damaged circuitry. Perhaps you could repair it. Another puzzle. I do like the puzzles. All right, so we're testing lore, which is 4, and I need to... Never seen one of these before. How do I move them out of the way? All right, so there's actually only one thing that can connect. Where do I move something to? Oh, am I just swapping stuff? There we go. Alright, I just have one more move. Okay. Alright, so we'll have to finish that one here after the Mythos phase. The cheap item snaps as Ursula Downs tries to lift it. Unfortunately, it's now completely useless. Ursula Downs discards one random common item. Okay, both of these are random common items. So we will give these a shuffle, and she will lose the head shears. Oh no. Okay, fine. Alright, back to Ursula here. Let's figure out this puzzle. Attempt, lore. Switch and switch. Switch and switch. And that's 4. Okay, so I'm just basically going to do this again, but we'll go through all the motions again. So that isn't going to work. All right, I'm stumped here. Oh, I can rotate them. Okay. Alright, I would have solved this a long time ago then. Did not realize. Okay, that makes a huge amount of difference knowing that. Alright. You snap a wire into place and the machine buzzes in your hands, then suddenly fires. An arc of lightning comes to the tip of the device and strikes the metal panel. Discard this search token. Okay, so we've got 3 out of the 4 snakes. Good. All right. So she was first, took her both actions. So let's have Norman, right? No, let's have Daniela. She's got the better agility, so she's going to open the, because there's been a lot of traps in here. So she's opening the stone slab. All right, we have a tunnel tile. Don't think it matters, but there you go. Looks like that. Rough-hewn tunnel. Broken tools imply that construction was abandoned rather than finished. Discard this Explorer token and place the tunnel tile, a door, and a wall as indicated. Okay. Oh, this is supposed to go this way. Where's the wall go? Like that. Okay. In the middle of the floor, a stone circle is carved into the uneven surface. Place a search token. And a long forgotten tool is out of place in its ancient structure. Place a 2x4. Long forgotten tool, huh? 2x4. Alright, 2x4 is a heavy weapon. You brace the door. You can brace the door with the board. Flip this card and place it against the door to your space. Okay. I have a feeling that action may come in handy for some reason. Alright. You may move into this space. And we will then obviously explore. No, wait, it was Daniela, wasn't it? The circle is etched with symbols. It shifts and grinds against the surrounding stone. Tap to attempt using lore. Okay. Ooh, and her lore is 3. Okay. Alright, so she's done. Norman's going to come in here. Yeah, he's going to move 1. Finish this off. He gets 4 now. What am I missing here? I thought I had it, but maybe not. Okay. Alright, I did have it. Puzzle complete. The entire tunnel rumbles as stone circle clicks into place. Discard the search token. Yes, the second jeweled eye on a serpent's head lights up, then the snake rumbles and shakes as it retracts towards the center of the door. Ooh, doggy. Did we open it? 2 metallic serpents' outstretched heads seal this door shut. 4 metallic serpents have retracted. The retracted heads have glowing green eyes. I'm so confused. Obviously, I have not unlocked the door yet. Okay. And this is a wall. It's not a door. So, okay. Alright. But that was Norman's turn. He moved, interacted. So, way up to Ursula now. She is going to move 1 space and interact with this token. Yes, explore. Okay, the chamber appears to have all manner of odds and ends in it. Discard this explore token and put a storage chamber. This has become a very big map. Storage chamber. Okay. Excuse me, fellas here. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. All right. Ooh, and another door? Are you serious? All right. 4 identical pots shaped like coiled snakes stand out among the clutter. Place 4 search tokens as indicated. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that. Okay. So we're in here now. This pot is shaped like a coiled snake. It raises its head. Its raised head forms a long spout. Its mouth opens, revealing 2 stone fangs. 2 emerald eyes gaze eastward. One of the fangs' coils loops out further than the rest, creating a handle. What about this one? It's the same thing. All right, so pick one, anyone. We're going to search this one. You examine the pot closely but find only grotesque depictions of serpent people tormenting unfortunate humans. Suffer one face down horror. Well, that wasn't cool. Okay, all right, so Mythos phase. A spell leaps unbidden into your mind. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest will, which is Ursula or Daniela. So I'm going to say it's Daniela. I get to choose. You attempt to decipher the spell. Lower 1 if you pass. Oh, it should have been Ursula. She has a better roll. But Daniela's rolling aces. If you pass, you realize casting it would be a terrible idea. Woo, look at that. The sun's rays are more than halfway to reaching their destination. Move the light token. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to pause the video here because this one has been going on quite long enough. And we're going to pick up the remainder of this playthrough in an extended playthrough video. So, at this point, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content, including the remainder of this playthrough, I promise it will be posted very shortly on the channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.